I'm Lucinda, heading out with the hubby and our furry bestie Mr. Mako Anderson to Sebastian Inlet State Park in South Florida. Under the complete impression that I accounted for everything on this trip with the Volkswagen ID Buzz and my homemade camping box, we drive about an hour and a half north to the park. We did go to the wrong park. Apparently there's a north and a south park. We went to the north park and we have to go to South Park.
Okay, we have to go to South Park. Even if you've never watched it.
Our camping spot will be right by the water, which is super exciting for us. However, it turns out that not everyone in this family is ready for the ocean just yet, though. This is only our second camping trip, but our first time by the water. And the first time that we're driving a little bit more to get there. Last camping trip was only 15 minutes away from home. At the camping site, we plugged the van into the 110 volt at our site because the other plug for shore power would not fit our charging system. This was super underwhelming, charging only 1 mile an hour. Almost useless, but enough to offset the AC usage when sleeping. Last time, the AC situation when sleeping was a mess. We wanted to try to keep the air conditioning on, the climate control. We put the battery, the EcoFlow external battery that we have, as well as the fridge in the driver's seat, clicked the seatbelt on, and we're expecting that the climate control would stay on, and it did not. But this time, it went a little bit better. This time, we had some game changers. Game changer number one, we got this little fan, and it makes a ton of difference. It also has a little bit of a misting feature on it, and it is USB chargeable. There's like a battery right in here. It is fantastic. If I can find a link for it on Amazon, I will put that in my Amazon store. That is linked in the description below. Game changer. That fan is really good. Second game changer is that we figured out that there's a departure mode on the car so that you can set it to where it does the climate control 30 minutes before you leave. So we did that So we did the departure mode at 3 a.m. and at 6 a.m. and then we had the climate control on right before we went to sleep so that the car stays really cool. The other thing is that because we're right here by the ocean and yesterday there was a ton of wind, it was just not that hot. It just wasn't. So the sleeping situation was actually great. I had totally expected that Mako would love the ocean. At the camping site itself, he was relatively calm compared to our first trip. He has just a lot to get used to. We adopted him about 1.5 years ago, and he's only 2 years old now. It's just recently that we've been taking him out further than our neighborhood, because up until recently we had a senior dog, Mojo-Jojo, that couldn't go on any of these trips because he was so old. He made it to 15 years and 11 months, and he recently passed away, which still breaks my heart a little bit. But now I'm making a point of taking Mako with me everywhere I can as much as I can. I totally thought he was going to love the beach. He loves hiking, and somehow I thought that would translate to the beach. I was wrong. The ocean is one step too far for him. And since he's a rescue, I don't know anything about his past. But what I do know is that he's brave, and in every new situation I put him in, his bravery shows. It is a beautiful day in Sebastian Inlet State Park. Now this park is divided up into two parks, apparently. You have a north side and a south side, and we are parked at the south side, and that's where the camping is, as I understand it, because yesterday we actually drove to the north side first, which was obviously not right, and we had to turn around and come to this park. We did come here a little bit later than I wanted, not necessarily late, but we didn't have much time. We did have time to try and get Mako accustomed to a little bit of water, and that was interesting in itself. But this is such a gorgeous camping spot right by the water here We've seen dolphins. I think we saw an otter yesterday. There's another dolphin right there. It's really something else. We had fantastic dinner. The situation with this car is just really good. I think that our cooking situation works out really well. After dinner, we were relaxing by the fire, and then at about 11 p.m., our neighbors rolled in with what looked like half a mansion on wheels. Watching them park that massive thing was, in all honesty, impressive, but certainly not something I would like to deal with. It made me appreciate the simpleness and tiny size of our minivan camping setup even more. We set up the cooking of brekkie at the picnic table this time, taking our time to make delicious breakfast sandwiches with egg and sausage on jalapeno cheese buns. We've also upgraded our coffee game. We now use the Aeropress system. To be fair, this is our second try at using it. We first tested it at home. And did you know that there are world championships of Aeropress coffee making? There's an entire cult following of this thing that I personally never knew about. Not bad. The coffee at the campsite turned out great though. Learning has occurred.
We don't fail to see the beauty of being free. Don't forget what you love and know. I just wanna keep you close. So we have to give it one more try before the idiots are taking over. They're caught up in the race of wanting more, and we can tell one from the other. No one can tell you what they're running from. No one knows anymore.
Where Mako tested out the water, you were allowed to take dogs. But the park ranger informed us that the North Park, where the nice beaches are, that there's no dogs allowed there.
Not allowed, Mikey. Not allowed over there.
So we improvised and found a nice bike path at the park where we were so that we could go for a little walk instead. This is the part that Mako loves, just taking his hoomans out for a walk. Mako may not love the ocean yet, but I think he loves coming with us on an adventure. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure. I have no clue what's in store for us next, what new situation Mako gets to tackle. If you've got a rescue pup who's still learning the ropes, or you're just figuring out a way to be in nature more as well, I see you. Slowing down in life is not always easy, but it's definitely worth a try. Stay safe out there, pet a furry friend if you have one, and I'll see you in the next one.